Do you disclose compensation to your clients, and at what point in the sales process do you do it? David, thank you so much for this question. I talk a lot about compensation. So the answer to your question is yes. When I got into the industry 11 years ago, that was one of the very first things that I started doing. I'm very proud of that. And before it was required by the CAA for brokers to disclose their compensation, I was doing it with consulting agreements. But the way specifically we do it now is two ways: consulting agreements and the CAA disclosure, where you list out by line what it is that you make or are you expecting to make, so that the client can quantify what's your total compensation and do you have any sort of incentive to sell them a product or not, including if there are any potential overrides, which this is an area that I see other firms not properly disclosing. I think that needs to be addressed. When does it come up in the sales process? Oftentimes it actually happens in the first meeting, believe it or not, because it's a question that I ask the groups. How do you compensate your broker? And guess what their next question is? How do you get paid? So it usually gets addressed very early on in the sales process. And if it doesn't come up, which it usually does, it's getting disclosed when we show our proposals, because when I show a quote, I'm going to show the client my particular fee in the sales process. So if we're showing a spreadsheet, there's a line item for our compensation. And it also gets disclosed at the CAA level when we're writing the business. So hope that helps. Awesome question. Thanks for asking it.